You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. So episode 8 starts off with Nicole and Benaya talking like after he has that meetup with her family, or they have the meetup with her family, and they're talking about the progression of their relationship and how they think things have progressed well. And Sam comes up in a conversation and Benaya gets aggravated immediately. You could tell that Benaya really dislikes Sam because he saw Sam in a way that Nicole didn't, and he gets really frustrated when Nicole says that Sam is a nice guy because he doesn't think so, and he feels like Sam has this power. It seems like he thinks that Sam has this power over Nicole, and he can make her think things that aren't true. And I wonder what that is about. Um, but he say he don't. They say they want to move past that situation. They don't really want to talk about it, but you already know it's gonna come up. Tom talks to Maria about his mother and her acceptance of the experiment. His mom must not want to be a part of it because she doesn't understand she doesn't agree with it or whatever, and it's bothering him. And he was saying how he feels bad that his mom probably won't ever meet her mom. I don't know if it's like a permanent thing, if she'll never come around, but I hope that's not the case because you could tell that his mom is really important to him, and he wants her acceptance, which is understanding. Kat and Freddie get ready for the party. The couples go to the meetup with the full cast. The girls tell Demi she seems happier and tries to find out if they've had sex, but Demi is like, I'm not telling y'all. And she was like, no sex before marriage, no sex before marriage. She was saying that in her confessional. But I don't know, her and Oli, I think they did needed a longer break from the group because I feel like the group was putting pressures on their relationship that shouldn't have been there. Projecting a lot of their feelings about things onto their relationship, but I'm glad they're in a better situation. Um, Tom tells Benaya about a disagreement he had with Maria on gender roles and like them going out to breakfast, and Maria basically telling him that she would get it, and he was like okay and allow her to get it. And then she tells him that she feels like in a relationship the guy should always take care of the woman financially. And my whole thing is, if that's how you feel, why would you offer to pay for the breakfast? Why wouldn't you just like let him offer to pay for it? Why would you offer? Was it a test? Because I don't feel like you had to do that to test him. You could have just allowed him to pay for the breakfast because I feel like he would pay for it every time if she just like allowed him. But it seems like she kind of started with him by doing that because you're testing him. It's blatant, like it's right in his face. But he said he didn't really think nothing of the whole interaction. It was just like normal, like nothing. He didn't feel that something was off, and until she said that. And let me know what y'all think about that. I just kind of feel like I get it, but at the same time, like, why would you offer if you expect him to pay for it? Like, that don't make sense to me. Kat talks to Maria about wanting more affection from Freddie, and she talks to Maria about like how it seems like Freddie is getting on her nerves, and I don't understand because he don't really be doing nothing to me. She be making him feel like he ain't good enough. Like he said, he feels like he's not good enough for her because of I think she expects certain things from him, and it's not in his character to do certain things. I don't know, but there's a disconnect there that makes their relationship weird. But I really feel like their relationship could work if she stops being a butthole to him. Natasha and Charlotte arrives, and immediately all eyes are on them. Oli was just talking to one of the other guys from the pods about Demi, and he was like, if you were attracted to another woman, would she turn your head or would you stick to Demi? Is it Demi? He said he would stick to Demi. He said he wouldn't have no feelings for another woman or whatever. He would just stick to Demi. And so Natasha and Charlotte walk in, and his eyes are automatically glued to her, but it was all of the guys saw her. Charlotte is really beautiful. She really is, but I don't like that we didn't really get to see her a lot on the show. But she is really beautiful, and all of the guys see it. Like Oli and I think Freddie are the two that admitted out loud that she was attractive. Like Oli went to his friend and was like, "Now I'm gonna be honest with you, she fine. Like she fine. Like I'm attracted to her. However, my emotional connection with Demi is more important to me." And he was like, "Demi is fire too," or whatever. And I don't feel like it was necessary for him to like tell his friend that. I feel like sometimes men just need to keep their thoughts to themselves when it comes to attraction, because women will literally ask questions, and I know y'all, it's annoying to y'all or whatever how women will do that. They will literally ask you a question to set a trap for you. Let's see how you gonna respond, and then however you respond is gonna change her mood. And I kind of feel like it's kind of messed up. I understand where it's coming from, but my whole thing is, if you don't want to know how he feels about something, don't ask him, cause and get mad when he's honest. Like, why do that? But Demi and Oli seem to be more comfortable in public settings and around everybody else. They're touchy feely. He's finally giving her that affection that she wants. They just seem happier. They seem lighter, and I'm happy about that. Sam arrives and the energy shifts. The people that love him, they go greet him, which is mostly just Oli. They go greet him, and like he immediately goes up to Benaya and tells Benaya that they need to talk. But before, when he walks in, Steven looks at Benaya. It's like, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. It's very clear that Benaya hates, excuse me. It's very clear that Benaya hates Sam. Cause the amount of controlling his anger he had to do in that situation, and Steven having to like talk him off the ledge, you could tell he do not like that man. But Sam immediately goes to Benaya and asks him to talk, but he shoots him down. He like, we should talk, we should talk. And he like, no, we shouldn't. Like, what we got to talk about for real? And I want to know the same thing. What y'all got to talk about? Why should y'all talk? But so Benaya leaves, and he while Sam is walking around like hugging and greeting people, Freddie and Kat are talking, and Kat tells Freddie that Sam looks exactly like her ex, and she keeps repeating it. He looks exactly like my ex. He looks a lot like my ex. Like my ex. Like, it's so crazy. And Sam is looking at her like, okay, and she asked to try to, cause I feel like she felt his energy, and like to try to play it off, she asked him how he feels about the girls, and he's like, Charlotte is attractive. He was like, first he said like, I had an interaction with Charlotte and she's nice, and then he's like, I think she's attractive too, and she got mad. How you gonna get mad when you just was talking about how Sam looked like your ex and you just kept repeating it? But he said he answers your question honestly, and you get mad at him. She gets mad and tells him that it was disrespectful, and I don't get it, but okay. And she walks off, and Sam and Oli talks about the situation, and he tells Oli that he tried to talk to Benaya, and Benaya didn't want to talk to him. Oli tells him that nobody has been saying anything negative about you, but I kind of feel like maybe Nicole told Sam something that happened between the pods and the two of them getting together or whatever. But I don't think Nicole told him anything. I think Benaya personally doesn't like Sam. He never did. When they were in the pods, he didn't like him then. He's very protective of Nicole because he feels like she's a little naive, and I do understand, because I feel like Nicole is really nice and she lets a lot of things slide, and she lies sometimes about things, lies about how she feels to try, because you could tell she don't like confrontation. She's not great at it. You could tell she just don't like it. It makes her clam up, like it makes her shut down, and it makes her like go into reassurance mode, like, no, you're not a bad person, this is, like, instead of being honest. Then Sam goes and talks to Nicole, and he asks her like, if their connection was real, was the experience real for her, like and she says yeah. She said when she accepted his proposal, in that moment she thought he was the guy for her. And I feel like I believe her, but I feel like the only reason why she did was because she wasn't getting what she needed from Benaya to move to the next step with him. So she felt like Sam was the better choice because Sam was more forthcoming with his emotions and he was sure that he wanted to be with her. And Benaya, to her, was kind of iffy. I think the communication between her and Benaya um made her choose Sam. And like I said before, I don't think that Nicole didn't like him. I think she liked him. I just feel like she was trying to make the best decision for herself. Because you can like two people. You can really like two people. You can have a good connection with two people. But she was trying to figure out which one of them were better for her. And Sam was better for her at the time because Benaya wasn't giving her what she wanted. That's just like if you're dating in the outside world and one person is giving you more than another person. You're more inclined to commit to the person who's giving you more. At least somebody who thinks logically about things and not, well, I like him, so I'm gonna chase this person until they give me what they want. That's not logical thinking because they haven't given you what they want, so what you want, so like why would you chase it? But I feel like she made the best decision for her in the moment, and I really do feel like she liked him. But like I said, I think she settled. But like she reassures him that it was real, and she gives him back his ring and his bracelet, and you can tell that he's really hurt by it. He really wanted to be with her, but at the same time, he can't blame that girl for the way that he made her feel. It's something about Sam that doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. It's just something about him that doesn't sit right. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what Nicole's experience with him. And he did bring up the fact that she wanted to have sex with him like after they got engaged, and he told her no. And he asked her if that was the reason why she broke it off with him, and she said no. She was like, I just feel like we weren't right for each other. Our love languages were different, and like the energy wasn't there, the vibes weren't there, or whatever. And I don't feel like she broke it off with him purely because of sex. She seemed to be disgusted by him when she first saw him. I just don't feel like when she met him in person, the connection wasn't there. Do I know exactly why? No, because I was kind of confused because she said that he was handsome, and Sam is handsome. He's not a black bad looking guy. He's a handsome guy. So I don't think it was the fact that she wasn't attracted to him. It was just something. I don't know. I can't say. Only Nicole can explain what it was, but she hasn't. I want to know why she didn't choose him. I want Benaya to ask her why she didn't choose him. Sam is going with the narrative that the reason why she didn't want to continue things with him was because she didn't have sex he didn't have sex with her on the first night. And I don't believe that, because even if you didn't have sex with her on the first night, that didn't mean that y'all would have never had sex. Y'all are engaged, and I don't think Nicole would break up with him just because he didn't have sex with her when she has more opportunities to have sex with him. You know, like I feel like, and she did say that her love language is physical touch, so I understand that part. But he's trying to make it seem like it was about sex. And I think that when he has that conversation with Benaya, I probably would get a better idea of the person that he is and what his intentions are and how he really felt about Nicole. Because your true colors come out when you're angry, when you're in your feelings and stuff like that. And I feel like we'll get a better picture. Well, I'll get a better picture of him when I see that. So Nicole and Benaya talk. She goes over and he asks how the interaction with Sam went. She tells him, it went well. Like, we decided to go our separate ways. He wanted to know. He asked me, was my experience with him real? And if I really had feelings for him. And I told him, yeah, I did. Everything that I felt. She said him everything that she felt was real or whatever. And Benaya is annoyed by it because he feels like Sam has sucked Nicole back in, and Nicole is going to now believe that Sam is a nice guy because of the interaction they just had, because she did say she feels like he's a nice dude, and Sam's like, I mean, Benaya's like, no, he's not. Like, no, he's not a good dude, and I'm trying to tell you, but he's getting frustrated because he feels like he's alone in seeing how Sam is, and he's very you could see that he's very protective of Nicole because he feels like she's a nice girl and people can manipulate her, and he doesn't like the idea of Sam manipulating her. But I don't feel like Nicole is manipulated. I think she just saw the best in him, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, because I have a friend who is just like that. He's so nice and he sees the best in people and stuff like that, and I be telling him that him being nice is not, like, nice people don't be nice because, oh, I'm just a kind, giving person. They be nice because they want people to like them. It's a people pleaser type of thing. And I have a friend like that who the truth will be sitting in people like that's face, and they still would choose to see what they want to see. It like, and if that's really her true perception of him, there's nothing Benaya can do except leave it there. I feel like he doesn't need to stress himself out about this situation because it's going to mess up the relationship between the two of them. She already told him, I gave him the ring back, I gave him the bracelet back. He doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care, honestly, if his feelings for me are because Benaya said he don't think that his feelings were real for her, and she like, at this point, I don't care. Like, we together. I want us to be together. I want us to focus on us. I don't care if his feelings were true for me. Like, it doesn't matter because I'm with you. And she said, I just want to move past this and I want us to be at peace. But you can tell, you can see in his eyes, there ain't no peace there. Okay? No peace. Because he feels like Sam has infiltrated Nicole's heart once again, and he ain't having it. But Kat and Freddie are talking about, they pick up where Kat and Freddie are like having an argument, a disagreement about him saying that Charlotte is attractive, and she gets mad, goes right over to Sam and starts flirting with him. And when I say flirting, I mean hard. Giggling, touching him, telling him that he's fine, telling him that she wants his ring, and like saying that her ring is not as beautiful as his ring, and like she wants to keep the stuff that he gave to Nicole. You could tell Sam is thrown off, like, who is this lady and what is she doing? Who is she? What is she talking about? I love Nicole. I don't love her. But she literally is just like throwing herself at him. And he like, I guess I'm saying, and she like I'm here. I'm here for you. And then she like, first she says I'm here, and then she kind of like changes it. I'm here for you. Like, you should hit me up. Hit me up. Like, whenever you want to talk, whenever this situation is bothering you, hit me up. It's so weird. She just flipped the script on Freddie so quick. And I feel like her behavior is proving me right. I don't feel like she likes him for real. I don't. I feel like Freddie was chosen. Freddie was the second option because she couldn't get Oli. Do I feel like she didn't like Freddie at all? I feel like she did like him. I feel like she do. I feel like she do. I feel like she don't like Freddie at all? I feel like she did like him, and she do like him, but I don't feel like it's deeper than that. And I feel like she doesn't like who he is, and I don't understand it. I think that whole cheating thing threw her off. And ever since then, she has just been making up in her mind who she believes him to be. And I feel like it's so unfair. And it is really hard watching her behave the way that she has been toward him, when I haven't seen nothing that he's done. He's been trying to appease her so much, and you could tell that it's really getting to him. Her behavior is really getting to him. He's stressed out. He's stressed because he wants her to like him, because he really likes her. And I feel like she's finding every excuse not to like him back. And I don't like it. But the way she's throwing herself at Sam is weird. So Tom and Natasha finally go to talk. Natasha is honest with Tom about her feelings, and she tells him that she's not one of those type of people that like that's it, like that's it's just it after she caught feelings for somebody. And she tells him that she still loves him or whatever, and it messes him up. And Maria must see them talking because I think one of the pod girls, asked her like did she see them talk, or she is she paying attention to them talking, and like does it bother her? And she said no, but she ended up going over to Tom and telling him, my feet hurt. Can we go sit down? And pretty much like takes him away from Natasha before they get to finish that conversation. And they go sit down, and you could tell that Tom is very distracted by the conversation he just had. And even though he's with Maria, he's still being like affectionate and stuff. His mind is not there. Um, Benaya and Sam have words. Benaya really dislikes Sam. I don't know what Sam did to him, but he really disliked him. And I don't know if it's because of Sam or it's because of the fact that Nicole chose Sam over him. And I would settle on that, but Benaya didn't like Sam before it was time to propose. He didn't like him already. He didn't like him for Nicole already because he overheard a lot of the things that Sam would be talking about, and it bothered him. It bothered him a lot. Um, and also I feel like Benaya is also frustrated with himself. He's mad at himself because the reason why Sam, and I feel like he kind of sees it like the reason why they were even together was because I couldn't express myself to her. I couldn't prove to her that I really liked her and I wanted to be with her, and it took me longer to propose and all of those things. And I feel like he's full of regret, and he's mad at Sam, but I think he's really mad at himself. I think he's projecting that anger, the fact that he couldn't step up when she needed him to, and somebody else did, and she gave Sam a chance because of it. Um, Tom, I already said Tom was distracted the whole night. Like it goes to another scene where they kind of like looking for each other in the room. Like Natasha and him are kind of like looking for each other in the room. You can see him being distracted. You can see him looking her way and her looking his way and stuff like that. They have some unfinished business for sure. Um, Maria and Tom talk about the Natasha situation the next day, and Tom tells her everything that Natasha said, and he said it made him feel uncomfortable. One thing I will say about this conversation that he had with her is that he made it, I don't know, I feel like he made it sound worse than it actually was. And like it made it seem like she was like coming at him hard, and she just was like professing her love. No, he was basically telling her like, I feel bad for having to make this choice. Like I chose Maria obviously because I felt like she was the better choice, but I didn't want to hurt you or whatever. And him opening up about his feelings inspired her to do the same thing. It wasn't like she was just on a mission and she was like trying to start problems between them. So I don't really like how he like kind of threw her under the bus a little bit. But Benaya and Nicole has a conversation as well about what happened the night before, and like Sam showing up, and like he tells her about his conversation with Sam, and she basically is telling him like, yeah, my feelings for him were real in that situation, but I'm with you now. And I feel like she's starting to get frustrated with him. Like, I'm with you. I don't care about Sam. I don't want every conversation we have to be about him or whatever. And Benaya is like, I'm just having a hard time. And I kind of feel like he is having so many regrets. And also the fact that Sam tells him that the night that Nicole stayed with him, she tried to have sex with him and he told her no. And Benaya is more so mad at the fact that Sam would even just say it. Like the fact that he feels like it's disrespectful for Sam to have told him that. Like that wasn't his business. But it also puts him in his head. I feel like he's overthinking. He believes that there's some part of Nicole that still wants Sam. and that he was the second choice. I kind of feel like his ego and his pride is getting in his way about that situation. And it's going to be interesting how things turn out between them. Steven and Sabrina goes to Belfast to see her family or whatever. She takes her to like this lake or something like that. It's this place that she said brings her so much peace, and she like loves it or whatever. And she asked him, could he see himself like moving there? And he's like, yeah, I can see myself experiencing, basically like having some of my life experiences here, but you could tell that he's not settled on moving there. And she's trying to get him to, I feel like she's trying to get him to think more about it rather than her moving to, I think he live in London or whatever. But you know, they say that, you know, it's not a rush. They don't want to rush it. They want to make that decision when it's time or whatever. Oli meets Demi's family, and you know, all of them are very welcoming. Like he's talking to everybody, like her sisters and brothers, her mom. Her dad is really quiet though. Like her dad is just trying to like is watching Oli to see kind of how he interact with everybody else. You know, they start bowling. They play yeah, they start bowling and stuff like that. You know, playing with each other. You know, having a good time. And then it goes to Steven and Sabrina, and Steven meeting Sabrina's family, and like her mom and sister is they're open to him or whatever, but they also are apprehensive about the whole situation because they feel like they move really fast. And you know, they go on this TV show and they don't know each other and then they propose to each other. That's crazy to some people. So they're trying to wrap their head around what happened or whatever. But um her mom has a conversation with him about his intentions with her and kind of just wanted to feel him out or whatever. I don't really know how she feels about him, but they had the conversation. And then it goes back to Oli speaking to Demi's father alone and kind of like getting his kind of like trying to see how he feels about him. And when Demi's father opens up, it's very clear that a part of him is dealing with having to share his little girl, his best friend, with somebody that she's about to spend the rest of her life with. I don't feel like he dislikes Oli because he was saying that he was trying to find something wrong with him and there's nothing he can find or whatever. But I feel like it's just the fact that his daughter is about to marry somebody, and that means that he won't have her in the way that he did before she gets married. And that's understandable. Like, you know, he gets emotional and stuff like that. It was sweet to see a dad kind of feel that way about his daughter because you don't really get to see that in our community like that. So Kat and Freddie have dinner and they talk about like financial stuff, assets, and like kind of how moving forward. And it goes into Freddie saying that he is worried about like Kat being able to take half of his money if they divorce, and he asked her like how she feel about like signing a prenup, and she basically said she don't want nothing from him or whatever. But you could tell that she was offended that he brought it up, that he even brought it up. Um, and she was like, if you don't want to get married, just tell me you don't want to get married. And then it goes off on that part. And you know, it was a lot of drama on this episode. Like a lot of relationships are up in the air, and I'm interested in seeing how things play out and if, you know, the couples are actually able to work through these relationships and stuff. But let me know what y'all think about episode, was it 7? Episode 7. It's episode 8. Let me know what y'all think about episode 8. Like, how do y'all feel about the couples or whatever? I know the show is over, but pretend with me that it's not. And talk to me in the comments about how y'all feel about everybody so far. Um, but yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye! Before you go, check out my website at srgrahamwrites.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.